Okay, from the knowledge we had in the last two questions, we're going to use expanding and simplifying, and we're going to do a very large question here. Okay. Now, from what we've been doing, we had focused on just, let's say, this part what I've just encompassed in brackets here. X plus 3 multiply negative x minus 3. We figured out how to do that. Now, there's a couple rules I want you guys to remember. This says 3x times x plus 3 times negative x minus 3. Okay? Let's go back to some old cumulative property rules from, say, grade 2. If I had the number 2 times 3 times 4, I was to multiply these, I can go through it many different ways. I can multiply 2 times 3 first. I can multiply 3 times 4 first. Or I can multiply 2 times 4 first. All of them will get me to the same answer. And just to quickly show you that, if I do 2 times 3, that gives me 6 times 4. That's 24. If I do 3 times 4, that's 12 times 2. Still 24. And if I did 2 times 4, that's 8 times 3. Still 24. Doesn't matter what order I do it in. But a common error when this question is presented like this is many people take this outside term and they distribute it to everything. I cannot do that. Think of, again, back to here. If I were to go 2 times 3 times 4, that would give me 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 4 is 8, 8 times 6 is 48. A very different answer than we got previously. Okay? So if you're going to multiply one pairing, that becomes an answer, and your new answer is multiplied by what's left over. So with that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the bracket part first, and then multiply this in. So according to FOIL, we'll leave the outside term. First terms are x times negative x, that gives me negative x squared. Outside terms are x and negative 3, gives me negative 3x. Inside terms are positive 3, positive 3 times negative x, what does that give me? Negative 3x. Positive 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. Wait till we get to 9. So, now that we've done that, we're going to collect our like terms inside. My like terms are both the negative 3x's. When I collect them, we're left with 3x times negative x squared minus 6x minus 9. Subtract x plus 5. From here, I can now use my distributive property. I can take that 3x, because what we did is we multiplied this term times this term. And now it is just one number, or one term you could say. And now we're going to multiply the outside inwards, or distribute it as it's also known. So we got to distribute this 3 to every single term inside of the brackets. We're left with 3x times negative x squared. Anyone know? Yes, negative 3x cubed. 3x times negative 6x. Negative 18x squared. The next times an x. Later. And 3x minus 9. Or sorry, multiplied by negative 9? Negative 27. Okay. Now, don't forget the rest of this question still says subtracted by x plus 5. This negative term, think of it as if it's a negative 1 outside of the brackets. We have to distribute that negative term inside both of these. Okay? So when I multiply that negative term inside, it's going to change essentially what was inside the brackets. So leave what we have here, negative 3x cubed minus 18x squared minus 27x. Negative 1 times x. Negative x. Negative 1 times 5. Great. Do I have any like terms?
Yeah.
What? Negative 27x and negative x. We collect those like terms, and then we're left with what we have, negative 3x cubed minus 18x squared. What does this become?
Negative 27x squared. No.
28. Think of it like negative 27 subtract 1. Minus 5. We got a lot of negatives. This is our final answer. The reason being is I can't combine any of these terms. All of the variables have different exponents, and this one doesn't have a variable. So that is as simple as this question gets. This would be expanding and simplifying this question